The trumpets have sounded and the end is nigh, but have no fear, your prophet is here. I'm the Fresh King Benjamin, host of Vibing the Apocalypse, a podcast that uses comedy to bring injustices that I went through to light. I'm an escapee from a Mormon polygamous compound in Wyoming. I was taught that the world was a wicked, wicked place. But now that I've escaped, I want you to show me all the wicked things and help me catch up on what I missed out on. Check out Vibing the Apocalypse right here on Ride the Wave Media.
The following program is powered by Ride the Wave Media.
Introducing the best podcast in Utah, Radio Daybreak. Here are your hosts, Blane and Becks.
Yes, here we are, Becks. It's another show for us, and I am so excited about this one.
I know you're a little bit geeking out on this one, Blane.
I already am.
So excited about this next guest.
You know what? I'm excited about this week because right here on Ride the Wave Media, guess what happens? Game related, my video game podcast is dropping this week.
Oh, this is perfect.
So our guest today really ties into that. But before we get to that, Daybreak Business Community, we've been doing some stuff. What's going on? We got some new announcements, right?
Oh, Blane, I have got so many announcements. Like, where do I even begin? How about this?
All right.
Super exciting news. We are having our first ever workshop. If you've been to our meetings, you know that everybody is just all about, it's the beginning of the year, marketing, branding, logos. They need help. Small businesses need help getting their branding out there to grow. And I'm excited to announce that our very first workshop is going to be Thursday, February 22nd from 7 to 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
This is going to be at Novel. And we're going to have the amazing Sawyer Norman and Kaylee Wright from Agency who will be discussing inside, outside, upside down, everything you need to know about marketing for your small business.
I love that. That's going to be an excellent workshop. Go to radiodaybreak.com if you want to see some of their work. They did our site. They did radiodaybreak.com. And you mentioned those meetings. If people don't know about those meetings, guess what? They're on Wednesdays starting February 7th at Ma's Pizza right here. It's next to the Harmons. It's behind the Harmons if you don't know where it is. It's brand new. Yeah. Just opened up. I can't wait to get over there. But yeah, we'll be doing the Daybreak Business Networking meetings right there at Ma's starting February 7th. I can't wait for that. Now let's head over to Galaxy of Games. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I'm going to go nerd out with Drew Kimball at Galaxy of Games, and it's going to be so much fun. Make sure you stick around, though, because we got some exciting news for you Daybreak Farmers Market people. I'm not saying that jokingly because there's a lot of people who are ecstatic about this upcoming season for the farmers market.
And if you've been to one of our farmers markets, you know they are amazing. So we've got a little insider scoop at the end of our show. Be sure to tune in, listen to that.
That's right. Stick around. But let's go to Galaxy of Games. Bex, I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven.
You're in your element today.
We are sitting here with Drew at Galaxy of Games.
Yes,
games,
yes.
like video games. Board games, there's all kinds of games around here.
Surrounded by it all. We got Atari, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, you name it, Sega.
The only thing I've seen here that could run me out of here is that Jar Jar Binks statue up there. Other than that.
You're getting called out here already, Drew.
That's the Jeff's mascot.
Oh my gosh. Drew, you've got something crazy here, man. What are we sitting in?
Yeah.
We sell fun, and Galaxy of Games has something for everyone. So I like to think of it as, how do you spend your time having fun in the side of the house? Who do you game with?
Yeah.
Everyone has a story, a nostalgic story of at Grandma's house. We play Uno, we play Risk, we play Catan.
Oh yeah.
So we sell all that stuff. I grew up in the era of the side scroller video games.
Oh yes.
85. Nintendo came out, and my friend up the street had one, and I played it all the time.
That's kind of how it was. Awesome. If you think about the price of a Nintendo back then, in today's money, that's $700, $800.
I know. I couldn't afford it back then.
No,
my parents couldn't afford it. I can barely afford that now.
I know, but everybody that played one, it was their friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
We all had that friend, right?
The community.
Yeah.
The community.
I was third oldest of 8 kids, and my mom wasn't about to cave in and get a Nintendo.
Yeah.
Plus, I think from a parent standpoint, it had mixed reviews. Is it good for your health?
It rots your brain.
Rots your brain.
To this day, people still think that games rot your brain. We're going to get into that later because I am an advocate for gaming.
Geniuses play video games.
I've seen people. I've worked in video games. I'm credited on 2 games.
Yeah.
I'm Medal of Honor. I worked on Medal of Honor.
Oh,
one of those
sweet.
games. I worked on Call of Duty. So and I
Awesome.
worked
That's
with Meta.
right.
So maybe I should be interviewing you, Blane.
Well, no. Because I'm not the most interesting thing here. Actually, the most interesting thing here is, sorry, Drew, it's not you, it's not me, it's not you, Bex, but it's the store.
Yeah, it's the
It
store.
really
You
is.
walk in here, and I turn into a little kid again.
Yeah, it has a life of its
I
own.
turned
for
into a
sure.
little kid with money in my pocket, though. That's dangerous. Because I told Bex, I'm going to go
Don't
broke in
worry,
here.
don't worry. Your wife told me take the wallet before I let you walk in here, so we're good.
Where's the
We're
fun
good.
in that?
So you said you started in, 85 playing games. Was Nintendo your first?
I was born in 84, so let's just put things into perspective. I probably played 89 in 1990 when I discovered Nintendo. I think my parents bought me a Super Nintendo the Christmas of 92 or 93.
Yeah.
And it was like, and we got a Sega Genesis around that same time.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, something like that.
That's when we
Right around
bumped
there.
up. That's
Yeah.
when the gaming world
Yeah.
doubled. They went to 16-bit graphics instead of the 8-bit.
Yep.
I can't believe how far we've come now.
Super Nintendo is my favorite console.
love
It
Super
it
Nintendo.
still holds up today. It
I was
has a
gonna ask
lot
you.
of good titles.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask what's your favorite console. Then what's your favorite title on there?
Ooh, can I put 5 out there?
Dude, give me 5.
Man.
9 in specific order. What's the top 5? No particular order.
Earthbound, Street Fighter 2,
Oh, yeah.
Mario RPG is definitely up there. Let's
Oh,
see
yeah.
what else.
The remake just came out. It's
It's
popping.
been
It's
great.
hot. Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Mario Kart. Got to be in there, right? Come on.
Mario Kart's in there, but
Not in your top 5.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. That's gonna be on there. Castlevania 4.
Oh, okay.
Anything Capcom Economy is great. I'll take.
Are you still a big Capcom fan now?
Oh yeah.
Resident Evils
Resident
and all.
Evil,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff.
They can't go wrong with Resident Evil.
No,
The last one was really good.
the last one was great.
What was it? The 8? Was it 8? Village.
I've been playing Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yes.
That's nostalgic for me.
We just passed our Game Awards back in December. Did you see the Game of the Year?
I did not. I'm not that deep into it.
Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year.
Oh really? Okay.
And this was probably the toughest Game of the Year ever because you had
A lot of good
Zelda,
titles. Oh yeah.
you had a new Mario Game Wonder. Anytime you got
yeah.
Nintendo Beast in there, they're gonna
Yeah.
win. But they didn't this year, so it was interesting though because Resident Evil the remake was in there as well from Capcom.
Yeah, I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 with my son
Yeah.
on the Xbox, but I have 20 games. This is sad. I have 20 games for the PlayStation 5 that are just, I haven't had time to get to.
It's the backlog. Hey,
Yes.
true gamers have a backlog that they'll
Yes.
never finish.
Yeah, I just have like all these things I intend to get to.
Yeah, same here.
And,
I still got games that are sealed.
I still buy them and
Yeah.
collect them, whatever. But
oh yeah,
this business is not good for that.
No.
Your hobby as a business is not. It's not good for your addiction.
it's like a drug dealer. Don't get high on your own supply, right? That's what they say. Hey, so I just have to throw that out there. Not that I know any drug dealers. Not that I know any, but
I mean, it would totally be you to use that line.
right.
I use that all the time.
I mentioned I still had sealed boxes at home. Mm-hmm. That's just my own personal stuff. You've got sealed boxes here. I'm talking about PS5 games. You've got
Yeah.
sealed boxes of Nintendo 64 games and stuff here. Original boxes, maybe not sealed. That's insane. Those
Yeah.
are 30 years old.
Yeah, we have some complete in-box stuff, graded stuff. We're always buying used collections, trading them as well. My business partner and I, sometimes we travel and go to game stores and pick up rare things if we can find them. We game hunt all the time. It's hard. It's getting harder and harder to do
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah. How long have you been here? How long have you been in business here?
Yeah, so we started August of, it's been about 18 months. So what is that?
Yeah.
2021?
Yeah. And do you just have the one location? Just
We do. We have plans to build a permanent location in Harriman.
Oh, awesome.
5600 West, and that'll be twice the size, 6,000 square feet ish. Yeah.
Okay.
We're really excited
Got
about
enough
that.
product to fill those shelves.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah, and the gaming community that comes out, they play and compete and trade, so it'll just give people more room to interact with people, and then for us it'll be nice to grow, and
Yeah.
And that'll be another Galaxy of Games location.
that'll be Galaxy of Games. That'll be the one and only. We'll move here.
The one and only.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to expand and make it bigger to that one location.
Yeah.
So tell me, I do see all these tables here, and you mentioned that you've got gamers coming in. Tell me about this, because I am not a gamer. This is like not my world. What am I looking at in here?
80% of the sales of this store are from two product lines: Magic the Gathering and Pokemon.
Okay.
So those are the most popular collectible card games in the world.
Yeah.
And they just have a massive following. People collect, they trade, they play. And so these mats just give you a way to set up your decks and play. And the artist of these mats are resemblant of some of the art in the cards.
Yes. What's the most people you've had in here at one time?
These tables are full almost daily.
Because Magic's something that I grew up with. We grew up with.
Yeah.
This has been around and it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it just continues to grow legs and grab new followers, but it's a fun card game. It's not for everyone, but for me, it's fun to watch people having fun, interacting.
Now, do you set up the times for these events?
We have draft and booster, or we have draft nights and commander format. We have those daily or weekly.
And players will know what that is.
Yeah.
Players will hear that. She's over there thinking, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, and this is as far as my nerd knowledge goes, because then I'm just the business guy, the investor on this. And Jeff's more the collector, and he plays regularly.
Okay, awesome. Tell us a little bit more about Jeff.
Yeah, so Jeff and I have been friends for years. Jeff's a real estate agent. He owns his own brokerage, Return Real Estate. Awesome. And he is a business owner, investor, and a commercial developer as well. And so I've been in the B2B sales space for over a decade. Okay. I've sold software tech merchant services, and I've worked with Jeff in that capacity as a vendor for several years. And he and I have a lot of common. We've been friends for a long time, like I said. And he came to me and said, hey, he started a company in Utah called Game Haven.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of Game Haven.
It blew up, The first store was actually across the street from this store.
Wow.
In the old Shopco parking lot next to Shopco. Mm-hmm. And he sold that when they got to, 4 or 5 locations. And he wanted to incorporate retro video games. Mm-hmm. And I love the concept. I have been collecting games for some time. So it was like,
let's do this. And my wife looked at me like I had worms coming out of my ears. She thought I was having a midlife crisis. You are nuts. What is happening?
Yeah, a game store. You don't even know what you make fun of people that play Pokemon, and so be careful, what you wish for, kids.
Exactly.
So it's been fun. It's just a venture that made sense to me. Jeff's super great businessman, and he runs the store as often as he's day to day. He's hands on.
Dang.
Yeah, it's just been a fun little investment venture. First thing in my portfolio that's like totally different. Than real estate or anything else. So.
And 18 months, and here you are looking to expand here in the next little bit.
Yeah, and I pay homage to Michael Gerber, who wrote the book, The E-Myth, and I think about all the mistakes new businesses make.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So we don't want to implode. We don't want to work in the business, not on the business. So we work in a dual capacity, right? I'm the marketer. I'm the people guy. So the social butterfly. So I'm out word of mouth marketing this business, but I do a lot of one-to-ones here in my line of work. I'm still full-time selling merchant services. So this is just a fun place to talk about because it's such an easy. It's just funner. It's fun to sell. It's selling fun. That's
absolutely.
And
along for sure. I know you were when we pulled up.
Still am. I'm looking around. If you hear me become quiet, it's because I'm just looking around.
Blane, you with us still?
I know.
He gone.
Yeah, he is checking out the merch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Lindsay. I did take the wallet as you instructed, so we're safe. We're safe.
And she wouldn't even let me drive. She made you pick me up today, so I wouldn't even bring my own car.
This is actually true.
Pack it in there.
I'm not even lying. I'm not making it up.
Put that stuff down right now. No.
That's hilarious. Bex, do you play games?
I don't, but my son does. Let me say this. Does Batman Legos count?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does Indiana Jones Legos count?
Absolutely.
Because that's what I was playing with my little guy when he was about 4 years old. He's, Mom, you want to play? He would call it Indian Jones. He didn't realize it was Indiana Jones. You want to play Indian Jones with me? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So that's the extent of my playing games.
That's great.
Is with my little guy.
You know what?
Who is now 6'3".
He's not little anymore.
20 years old.
He's playing. He plays on a lot of Red Dead Redemption. He left the Legos.
He got a Red Dead tattoo on his arm this year.
See?
Yeah, so he came home with that.
We have Red Dead Redemption here.
Oh yeah, gamers.
We got a gamer.
That's a great title.
So it should be no surprise that this game store took off. If you really think about it, it's not a surprise, right? Because if you look at the gaming world, that's multi-billion dollars every year.
Yeah.
You're talking about people who go and work I've worked in games. Guess where I made the most money? I worked in games. It wasn't radio. It wasn't any of that stuff. It's game.
Yeah.
It's no surprise. But people love games because that's something that people connect on.
For sure.
You were over here, Bex, laughing, saying, I don't know, does this game count? They all count. They all count.
Yeah.
People have this misconceived notion that gamers are nerds. Nerds.
Yeah, and I was totally teasing you.
I know, but I'm gonna hit this because
it's very true.
I'm a nerd. I'm proud to say I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a derogatory term. It shouldn't be. Video games for me, and you mentioned this, Drew, about building the community here with playing Magic the Gathering. You saw my Destiny shirt earlier.
Yes.
I played Destiny almost 10 years now. It's almost 10 years deep. I've got lifelong connections that I consider my brothers. Like, I don't have blood brothers, but these guys would be.
Yeah.
And these people, black, white, Indian, Hispanic, they're from all walks of life. It's
Everywhere.
people I would have never met anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got that connection now that I would welcome them into my home.
Yeah.
So call me a nerd. I don't mind being a nerd because of that.
love
Because
it.
video games bring the world together
Yeah. It's
in
good
ways that
element.
you don't think about. And that's what I'm going to get into on my video game show. It's coming out game related.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get into that.
Yeah, Blaine's got a podcast coming out. I know that we've talked about it a little bit, but yes, that's coming out.
And you won't
Yeah.
believe some of the celebrities that I've talked to about games.
Yeah.
No,
fun
really.
people.
I'm excited to hear this.
It's going to be fun, and I'm going to show even deeper about that connection that people make. I'm telling you, there's no way anywhere you would make a connection with some of these people.
Yeah,
But I
that's
love that
awesome.
about games.
Really brings people together for sure.
I do have to ask you one more thing. Out of all this stuff in here,
Yeah.
what's your favorite?
Okay. All right. So
Putting on the spot.
obviously, I'm a '90s kid.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
So I go to this wall ride at the back, the
Super
east
Nintendo
of the store, which is our Super Nintendo. We have it chronological order. You guys can't see it, but it's regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. I basically,
Okay.
I'm super nostalgic about the side scroller stuff.
Yes.
That I spent a lot of hours, a lot of thumb blisters, button mashing.
yeah.
Those fighting games, right?
Yeah.
And I think more so than the game, it's where I was when I played that game. Was I at a sleepover at a friend's house? Was I staying up all night when I should have been getting ready for school? That kind of stuff, right? And so there's that nostalgic element for me.
And that really hits on your point,
Exactly.
Blaine, with the memories and the people and the surrounding and the circumstances.
I've played 4,000 hours of this Destiny game.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I love Bungie. They made Halo. They brought Halo to us.
Yep.
And I've played at least 4,000 hours almost in 10 years with these people, with these guys and girls that I've met. It's all walks of life. Like I said, it's not just guys.
For sure.
It's everybody. He, she's, theys, all of it. I'm not even
Yep.
kidding. It's all of it out there. And it's amazing to me.
Yeah.
It's you don't get that connection somewhere else. The game Destiny, it's a good game, but it's not 4,000 hours good. The real experience is the experience you get with other people.
With
Yeah.
the people.
Yeah.
And we've all
And
talked about that.
connection.
We don't care about what game we're playing.
Yeah.
If we jump to another game, we all go.
Yeah, which is interesting because the way video games have evolved, because as humans, we love movies, we love storytelling,
Yeah.
and the video games have become more immersive, and that's what I love about like the newer games. So I could spend 4,000 hours on like Diablo 4.
Oh yeah,
I could sync that in
I've
for
got hundreds
sure.
on there. That's a great game. There's
Yes.
so many games out there that you can do this to
Yes.
and be able to, even on Diablo 4.
Yeah, and you can connect and collaborate
Yeah.
with a lot of people. It's kind of like I used to skateboard a lot, and we would get our friends together and we would go skateboard, or if you play pickleball or whatever your jam is, there's always an outlet for you, and if you find a way to connect with people while doing it, it makes it funner for some reason.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, the video games online for me too, it is a different experience. I think I see why you can spend more hours on them nowadays
Yeah.
than back in the day, because back in the day it was like we didn't have the internet, so you had to play it.
Yeah.
In 2 hours, you had to beat a side scroller because you couldn't save it.
No saves.
And you only had so many lives and continues.
And your mom's calling you for dinner.
Yeah.
And
It's time to get you
it
back home.
tested the skill of a gamer.
You could always
For
pause
Back
it
then.
then though, but you can't pause now. That's the big
Yeah.
thing. That's how you know a real gamer
Yeah, there you
or a
go.
not gamer is when someone yells at the gamer, pause the game a third time. You
Yeah,
can't pause
you
these
can't pause
games.
those
They're
online.
online. It's
Yeah.
24 hours a day. These things don't stop. They got servers going all over. That's what I'm saying. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry now. It's not just games.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
we said the word games loosely. It's a business. Like this is
For sure.
It's a huge business, yeah.
it's not going anywhere, right?
Yeah, I remember when the Nintendo Switch came out, and obviously the Smash Brothers has existed before that, but I remember playing Smash Brothers on the Switch, and I'm like, just button mashing.
Yeah.
My 90s kid trying to figure out how just button mash, and I look up online, there's kids in Japan competing on Smash Brothers. They're so good.
Oh man,
and they're
awesome.
getting paid.
I
They're
love watching
winning, and I'm like, wow,
Hey,
this is crazy.
I love watching esports, and people make fun of people that watch esports, but guess what? Those same people are watching NBA. They're watching NFL.
Yeah.
What's the difference? You're watching someone else play a game, right?
Yeah.
It might be physical, but this is not always just a mental thing. It's physical too. You're talking about the button mashing. You've seen these esports events where the guys show up with their custom controllers and stuff. Like, it's wild.
Crazy, Blane. I didn't even know. Like, my eyes are
Yeah.
being opened today.
I could feel the passion from Blaine Becks.
I love
yeah,
it.
he
Games,
loves this.
I'm
He
telling you.
definitely does.
Gamers' lives matter, guys.
Gamers' lives
Yes.
matter.
I'm telling you right now, my son is going to be like, Mom, where is this store? How do I find it?
Yeah.
Where are you at? I know you've got some socials. You got your own website. Give
Yeah,
us all the details.
we're the southwest corner of 90th South and Redwood Road for those Utah that understand the grid system.
Uh-huh.
The address is 1817 West, 9000 South, West Jordan, Utah.
Love it.
And our website is galaxyof.games.
Love that.
And you can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well. We are open 12 to 10 on the weekends.
Okay.
12 noon?
12 noon
To 10 p.m.
9 p.m. on the weekdays. So it's just come in. If a game's not on the shelves and it's like a board game and it's in print, we can order it.
All right.
The idea of it is we encourage loitering. We want you to come make friends,
Yeah.
play games, hang out.
Connect.
We have an entire shelf behind me of test games. So if you're like, hey, on the fence about buying a game, come pop it down, play for free. And if you need help with the rules, we have the workers here will explain how to use the rules. And
I want to point out that we're not talking about just Monopoly.
no,
Like,
No.
I see
no.
games over there you've never heard of before. There's
yeah, you got to go at
Whirling Witchcraft, Small World, Mysterium. These look great. Like, these are probably fun.
Yeah,
This is fun
Splendor,
stuff.
Azul, all the good games.
Concept, Ticket to Ride. I'm looking over there. This
This isn't grandma's house where you play Chinese checkers. This is
some good stuff in here.
sophisticated gaming.
Yeah. All right, I got one more question for you.
Sure.
Now, one of my biggest memories in games is a game for PlayStation 1. It was Terry Pratchett's Discworld. Mm-hmm. Can't find that game anywhere.
Can't find it anywhere. It's rare.
If anybody out there got some tips on that, I want that game. I need that PlayStation 1. I want it in the original. You know the boxes.
Yeah.
Those Ridge. Got to have that
Oh,
one.
you're not
Yeah.
asking for much.
Not much.
Year,
Just
are
a
ya?
just
You're
a holy grail of games
Oh,
for
my
me. That's my
word,
holy
Blane.
grail of games.
Info at Radio Daybreak. If
I
you
mean,
got any info
shoot.
for Blane
At Just
on
Plain
that.
TV. If that shows up for me, ooh, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That I'd have a little thug tear come out of my.
You certainly would.
I got it.
Okay, I'm just going to tell your wife right now. I can't help it if somebody brings that to him and what that's going to cost. So
I'm gonna need a
sorry I
PlayStation 2. I
tried.
got a PlayStation 1, not a PlayStation. Also, I'll need that. But outside of that, that's what I'm looking for. Anybody's got some leads on that?
Yep. And we will do video game swaps. So follow us online. We usually post those in the summer. So
Perfect. Thanks, Drew. This is great. I'll be here for the rest of the day, and probably gonna start taking up a shift here. So
you're hired.
yeah,
You know what, Blane? You would be fantastic. You would be right. You want to know something
Right.
about the games? Just ask Blane.
thanks. This is great.
No, this is great. Thanks again, Drew, for
You're
being
welcome.
on the show.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in.
Ooh, oh my God. I could have stayed in there for, I could have still been in there right now. I could still be in there doing it. I love that place. Drew Kimball from Galaxy of Games. I'm going to go back over there and get into some D&D tournaments or go over there and start playing some stuff with the people.
You need to take your whole gaming crew with you.
I'm going to. We're going to show up one night over there at Galaxy of Games, and it's going to be real fun over there. I'm still waiting on somebody to find me that copy of Discworld on PlayStation 1 and a way to play it.
You're
But
not
until-
really hard to please at all, are you?
No, not at all. Not at all. But
I think you have an insider with Santa Claus this year, so you might need to put that request in.
That's true. So maybe I will. But until then, there's a big event coming up for Daybreak residents. It's the Daybreak Farmers Market. So we got to go over here. We got to go talk to somebody about that. Let's see what's going down. I know it's been like 60 degrees out there lately. We could have had the Farmers Market on Soda Row, last week? 2 weeks ago. It's been crazy. But I got to bring in Laura from Empowered Community Markets. That's formerly Sojo Markets.
That's right.
She's got some news for all the people out there asking. Laura, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys, for having me. Guys, I'm so excited to let everybody know that the applications for the Daybreak Farmers Market are open. So you can go. Yes.
Nice.
Finally.
I've been waiting for this.
They have.
Open.
So they are open, and all you have to do is go to daybreakfarmersmarket.com go to the Daybreak Farmers Market page and down to the Policy and Procedures Manual. We put the applications in the Policy and Procedures Manual, so you will read the Policy and Procedures Manual.
I love it. So, Laura, how hard is that process when you get into that application? Can you give us a estimate of what goes into that application? What kind of time do I have to put in? All that kind of stuff.
Sure. The application is really basic. Your name, contact information, things like that. So it doesn't take very long to fill it out. I will say, if you are selling food, you really need to go through that Policy and Procedures Manual and make sure that you are following all the regulations for food, because those are really important. We stick really close to this.
And one thing I do want to point out is this fills up fast, right, Laura? Like these slots are, you announce it and then they're gone. So if you're even thinking about it, get your application in, get this rolling.
Well, how many spots do you have? Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm excited.
I appreciate that. So each week we have 60 booth spaces available. So, and we rotate those, especially the arts and crafts ones. We rotate a lot to keep the market fresh every week. The applications will be open until March 9th, and we won't even look at them until then, so that everything can come in and we can have everything in one big group to go through and have a really nice compilation of the applications. After that, if you apply, you'll go onto the wait list. So get yours in before March 9th, and we'll go from there.
Nice. So I got a side hustle I just started up now. I'm going to come down there and see if I can get my application approved. I started making soap. I felt like that's the next big thing. I'm making my own soap right here in the house. So I'm going to come down there and set up a little booth. Yeah, if you don't have room for me, I understand.
No, I absolutely love soap. I actually called myself a body product snob now because of the farmers market, because I love using products that don't have preservatives and all the other junk that goes into store-bought soap and products. So I get all of mine at the farmers market.
So my handmade soap is actually made out of, when you use one of those boards on your feet and you scrub it off. Well, I take the shavings there and I make that into a bar of soap.
Oh no, Laura, I'm sorry. I knew it was coming.
What happened?
It was either going to be the scent of the soap or the process of the soap making.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong? I thought is that not healthy? That's as wholesome and healthy as it gets, right?
I don't think we're going to meet the regulations on that.
No.
So if
don't read the policy and procedure.
Exactly,
now I know what to add to that. Thanks for that.
Laura, thank you so much. I'm definitely not making soap, and I'm not making fun of this farmer's market because I do love going down there. And it's weekly, right? It's still going to be weekly every Saturday.
Yes, it's every Saturday from the second week of June to the second week of October from 9 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m.
And then next year, if it hits January 2025 and it's 60 degrees outside again, I think we should open it up to.
We might have some pop-up markets.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Hey, there's one coming up. We know you got one coming up February 10th on Valentine's Day. So that's at Novel Daybreak by Crescent Communities. We'll have more info on that, but I can't wait for that as well. Laura, thank you so much for joining us. And that's it for us right here on Radio Daybreak.
Do you want to unleash your inner power and heal your past wounds? Do you want to learn the secrets of Celtic wisdom and magic? Do you want to transform your life and align with your true purpose? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need to listen to Practically Magic, the podcast that shows you how to use ancient healing in a modern way. Join me, Courtney Earle, a self-proclaimed witch, healer, and Celtic priestess, and let me guide you through the dark cauldron of your subconscious and help you emerge with a new vision of yourself. Practically Magic is more than just a podcast. It is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Tune in every week and get ready to experience massive healing, balance, and peace for your soul and body. Listen on Ride the Wave Media.